Hello Cancer, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So we start with the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, we'll put it in some context, okay? But I feel like the Seven of Cups is something that we keep wishing for, something that we really are after, something we are trying to manifest. And look at this, look at these energies. This is some Cancer energy over here. This is the Knight of Cups. We've got the Fool, Queen of Cups. We've got the Three of Pentacles. Ooh, the Eon. Seven of Swords. Yeah, oh, the World, Universe, and the Death card. Very interesting. Very cool. A lot of good major arcana energies. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. I think this is the one. We'll put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, so don't even ask. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need, okay? And if at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that is, I want you to put your answer in the comment section, okay? Kind of a group exercise here, and I hope you'll play along. All right, let's get into it. We've got major, 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 major. We've got fire, we've got water, we've got air, we've got earth. Whew, nice. And we've got our core cards here. Nice. This is interesting that we have a Knight and a Queen of the Cups here. So I feel like we're kind of making appeals. We are wishing, hoping, dreaming, yearning, longing to fulfill our dream, right? Whatever it might be. That's Seven of Cups. See, it's not always. I know it looks kind of sinister. It looks rather gross and decayed, right? This is confidence, right? This is a confidence that no matter where we are, we can always make progress. We're never stuck, right? Even if we feel like we're in a swamp or some quicksand, we have the confidence that we can continue on, that we can get out of this, that we can manifest our dream. I think there's something that you've been really wishing for. Yeah. And I think it's because of your tenacity that you're going to get your wish. Here's that Five of Wands. This is strength, power, force, right? And between these two, right, it's fire and water, right? They're not friends, they're enemies, right? They tend to weaken each other, right? They tend to weaken each other. But I feel as if this Five is so close to, well, it's very close to the Six for one thing, but then so is the Cups, right? 5 and 7, kind of what we're missing is that 6. Maybe the mystery card will be that 6, that balance, that right in between, that sweet spot. But I feel like you have enough of this fiery energy, this ambition, this will, this confidence, that you're going to keep pushing forward and you're going to manifest this wish, this dream. Yeah. And I think it's happening that way because the 5 is a little bit closer to the source, right, than the 7, closer to the ace, right? You're still very much connected with the purpose, very much connected with spirit, very much connected with the inspiration for this dream. I don't know what this is. I wonder if this is perhaps if this is a promotion, if this is a dream job, if this is maybe relocating. You got 3 of Pentacles here. It's something to do with some movement in the physical realm, right? This card is all about the understanding, the process of creation on the physical plane, right? And this is kind of the positive results. Like this is, the dream really is for you to be in a position where you can manifest, right? So your dream isn't to just get everything that you want, right? Your dream is to be in a position where you can earn and build everything that you want. You see there's a difference there. Because this card, if this is our dream, this is what we want ultimately in the future, it's not a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, right? It's a 3. It's still in kind of an embryo stage. You want the ability, you want the opportunity to build and to work for what you want in life, you know? So to me, it feels like, well, maybe this is relocation, maybe this is a new job, a new career, a promotion, right? You're not just asking for a handout here, right? You want the opportunity to work and to succeed, right? And your success will be as great as the effort you put into it, right? As the effort that you put into it. So I feel the important thing here is to just not give up, right? We've got this fiery energy that I think is really handling the Seven of Cups quite well. Now the Seven of Cups, I don't want to lose sight of this, because this is a feeling right now that the floor is kind of sticky, right? That we're kind of walking through mud. Maybe the pace has been kind of slow. Maybe the manifesting of this dream, the attainment of this 3 of Pentacles has been slow, right? Has been a little bit delayed, perhaps. And I think that's echoed too in this universe card that we see over here in this position. I'm kind of feeling like the worry here is really that it's just there's going to be another setback, right? There's going to be another delay. It's as if we keep making phone calls to check in, and we keep being told, oh, they're out of the office right now, try back in a week. And then we kind of feel like it's just going to keep happening, right? We're just going to keep getting a delay, or they're going to mail the form back because we forgot to put the date on it or something like that. And we've got to do it again, right? There's all these little setbacks. But despite all of this, you're not giving up, right? Where to go? Fool. Fool card underneath everything. To me, I get this feeling like you're kind of you're giving everything you have to this. It's almost as if this is your dream, and there's nothing else for you to do, right? It's kind of like the Fool is what's giving us this 5 of Wands energy, because there's no other option for you. There's nothing else that you want. It's like you know exactly who you are. So that to me has this kind of freedom that there's no debate, there's no questioning, there's no trying to figure out which way to go. No, you're certain. And so there's this kind of lightness to you, where it's just like, yeah, there's some setbacks. Maybe we're walking through the mud right now, but you're totally confident that you're going to get there. It's not bothering you, right? The Fool, I think, is such rarefied air. It's such pure spirit that the mud can't really affect it, right? So I feel like this is a certainty, not even a confidence, really. I think confidence is born from this. That's why I said that the 5 of Wands is a result of this Fool energy, because the Fool is just kind of happy-go-lucky, isn't really bothered by the trivial things, the ups and downs, right? Because it is just this pure spirit. It is, it's free, right? So I'm getting this kind of, getting almost a joy in this, that it's like, and it's not even a mental certainty. It's like a divine knowledge of what you're meant to do. So like you're not worried about it, That's a fascinating feeling, I hope it's resonating with you. This is like someone that could handle the setbacks, the delays, and yeah, we don't want those delays to keep going. Like, we can bring things down to a rational level, which we do here with the Seven of Swords, but underneath it all, you're not really bothered. You're not really worried. Because you know that this is what you're meant for. And to me, that's a profound feeling. I think what you're aspiring to is something that's rather unconventional in your life, your world, your kind of social circle or your culture or something like that. I feel like you're kind of the odd person out in life. You know, I feel like what you want is a little bit outside the boundaries of normal, you know? And I think that adds to the excitement, that adds to the fun, that adds to this freedom, right? Because there's no expectations. There's no worry about what you're supposed to do because you know. And now you're just kind of waiting for the rest of the world to come together and so everything can be in harmony. You're waiting for that resonance. It's not, there's no possibility of it failing, you know? What we see with the court cards here, let's talk about the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. I almost wonder if there was a time in your life where you were asking for approval, perhaps from an older feminine energy person, maybe a maternal figure. I kind of feel like there's something being passed down to you. Then I also feel as if you are kind of breaking with that tradition, and you're at least in the past. I don't know if you still. I kind of think you don't feel that way anymore. Maybe you received some kind of approval, or you just don't care anymore. But there was a time, I think, where you were asking for a blessing from this person. You know, maybe in a long line of truck drivers, you said, well, I want to go, I want to go dance or something. So you're looking for, or you were looking for the okay from this older feminine energy. And I don't know if you received that blessing or if you just no longer are concerned with it, you know. I kind of feel as if you've received that, because there's that idea of something being passed down, right? And that could be what we're talking about here between these two. But it's something that had already happened. And now I'm wondering if this person is still, it could be an ancestor, it could be a spirit guide. It could be a maternal figure of a different kind. And I almost feel as if they're kind of watching over you now. Or that they have sanctioned your efforts, or sanctioned your kind of new path. Because with the Fool, it really is like it's kind of this outcast vibe. It's kind of this on the fringes, on the margins, doing something that really is breaking with the expectation. Yeah, something based on you. It's a dream, right? Well, let's go to the path of the serpent. We've got the Eon, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, Baptism by Fire. This is really that doorway that is leading you toward, it's on the other side of this is that life that you want. And it does take an act of will to get there. It does take this kind of confidence, a little bit more effort because the ground's kind of muddy right now. So, you know, it's like you're trying to walk on sand. You know, it takes a little bit more physical energy to do it. That's what it's going to take to get through this doorway. And on the other side of this doorway is the complete transformation of your life. This is you kind of entering it. It's like the activation, the manifestation of this dream. Yeah. And it really is the Fool that's got to kind of dance through that door. It's really fascinating to me, this feeling of this. It has a vibe. This reading has a vibe that I don't get too often, And this is one of real excitement. Even though we're walking on sand or trying to run through the mud or something, there's still this excitement, this joy, right? This freedom, this carefree energy going right through this doorway. And this could be something, kind of simple too. This could be saying that you're the first one in your family to go to school or to leave the kind of local area, or the first one to choose a career or something that is, different from the tradition of the family, right? Things are not going to be the same after this, I'll tell you that. Let's talk about this air energy in this is the position of the environment. This is in the position of your relationships, right? I think it's kind of time for you to know or decide, I guess, what to bring through this doorway with you, right? It's almost as if you have to pack light. Right? The Fool only has that one little sack over its shoulder with its essential things. I think we have to really strip our lives down to the basics, right? And I think that this is important, and we've kind of already talked about this, because there's no expectations. It's almost as if you don't know what you need, so rather than overpacking, you're just kind of like, I'm just going to take the few things that I need, and I'll figure the rest out when I get there. It's because there's really no precedent for this, because you're doing something that is breaking with the norm. This is you're going out and innovating and doing something completely unique. There may be a general idea of others have done something similar, and but you don't really know what to expect. So we can't try to plan everything out. And this card is kind of telling me, it's the Seven of Swords, telling me that you're okay being uncomfortable. You're okay not really knowing, not having all the answers, right? And these are all little daggers, little questions, little doubts, little, what ifs, little yes, but, and you're not bothered by these, right? I kind of feel that all of these questions are just resolving into this Fool that just said, I'll figure out when I get there. I don't know, I don't care. And there's this real excitement, there's this real lightness to you right now. And it feels really special, this reading. We do have the Universe card, which is similar to, it is in fact identical to the card that rules this cycle of readings on this channel. We got the Universe card. And what I'm feeling here is this idea of boundaries, right? The Fool and the Universe. We have the Alpha and we have the Omega. We have the beginning and the end. We have the Fool and we have the universe that the Fool is operating in. And this card's in the position of what we don't want. And we don't want boundaries. We don't want limits. We don't want to be hemmed into whatever the kind of tradition or expectation was on your life. I almost feel like you had to get approval just to dream. And you don't want any kind of restriction. You don't want anyone telling you how big or how small you can dream, right? Or you don't want any limitation on what you can or cannot be, what you can or cannot accomplish, what you can manifest. My wife and I started to watch a movie last night. I can't remember the name of it. It had Ray Romano in it. It's like a new one. And his son was a basketball player or something. And someone asked him, "Oh, is your son going to college?" And he just said, "No, he's just going to come work at the family business with us." And the guy was a talent scout for, some college or whatever. And I just thought it was absurd that he would just say, no, I don't want, it kind of felt like he was saying, no, I don't want my son to have any other options, right? I don't want him to experience the world in any way. He's going to come and work right here where we live in this family business, and that's going to be his life, And for him to make that decision for his son, I thought was absurd. But then just the idea that that would be the decision you would make, And I'm not going to, my wife and I, we're not going to push college or university too hard on our daughter. If she wants to go, she can, and we'll do everything we can to allow her to have as many options as she wants. And we'll be there to kind of help narrow down those options, but to just say, no, you're staying here and you're going to do the family business. And I think that's kind of the tradition that I'm talking about here a little bit. It's just this expectation that, wait, what? You want to go to school? Why? You want to leave the town? Why? Why would you ever want to do that? And that's the kind of restriction that you don't want, and you don't want to have to explain that to anyone. But I do think that there was this moment where you asked for some kind of approval or sanction for your effort to travel, if not physically, spiritually, intellectually, right? To do something outside of the expectation. Well, that is the death card. That is the opposite of staying in town, staying where you are, not going to college, not going to school, not doing anything else but just staying in the family business, doing exactly what your parents did, what their parents did, and their parents did. Now, there's something to say for that, right? Tradition is important. We all come from a tradition, whether we like it or not, but it is usually those outcasts, those wild cards, those fools that help to steer the tradition, right? Otherwise, traditions become stagnant and they die. And so this is you kind of, I know it's the death card, but this is you keeping the tradition alive by doing something a little bit different, by altering the course of this river of tradition, right? You're the most important part of this tradition. And so I think that this is you now, instead of just allowing yourself to be fenced in, you are transcending that limitation, right? And you are forging your own way. And that's a beautiful thing. Let's look at the mystery card now. I'm excited for this one. What could it be? I don't know. Maybe some fire energy. If you have an idea, put it in the comments section. I'm going to say, I guess I'm going to go with my standard answer. 9 or a 10 of discs. Pentacles. Yeah. No. 5 of cups. 5 of cups. To me, this is kind of the sorrow that we're back here now to all this water energy. It's kind of the sorrow, it's kind of the knowledge or the regret, that we're disappointing someone. And it's sad. It's kind of like, hey, I'm sorry, but I've got to go. And it feels that way. And then we have this Fool and this Fire, and we're moving on. This is kind of the bittersweet moment when the kid goes off to college. So I think we're making this big shift in life, and it's kind of sad to have to say goodbye. And I think a big part of that is that death card. And death card's kind of about saying goodbye, for the sake of progress. Yeah. So there's 3 cups that are spilled and then there are the 2 that are right behind. So this to me feels like that bittersweet moment, But let's focus on the sweet. Yeah. Let's focus on those dreams that you got. And I don't care how old you are. You might be saying, yeah, well, I'm 7,900 years old. It doesn't matter. We're never too old to dream, right? Never too old to dream. I told my daughter that the other day, because when we wake up, I ask her what she was dreaming about, and then I asked her, I said, well, don't you want to know what I was dreaming about? She says, Daddy, you're too old to dream. I said, what? I said, wait a second. It was cute. But yeah, we're never too old to have big dreams, or small dreams, any kind of dreams at all. Hopes, aspirations, right? Plans for the future, big plans for the future. And we've got to dream. We've got to use our imagination. We've got to set the bar really high and allow that to motivate us, right? To continue doing what we do. Anyway, what we're going to do is an extended reading. So click up here in the corner. You'll have access to every extended reading, not just for Cancer, but for every sign. You can cross-watch, check your other placements, etc. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.